Rain, rain, go away. Literally all it's doing, raining. This is the second or third big thunderstorm here in a week. Everyone's upset. We're sick of thunderstorms at this point. So I'm making my favorite dinner tonight. Literally, this is my favorite dinner ever. I can eat this every night. It's literally just chicken and rice. Easy, easy, quick. We might lose power, so I have to hurry up. Ingredients you need: rice, obviously, celery, I got chicken, and I got, you know, seasoning, salt, pepper. I use chicken bouillon, but it's really easy. That's all. I think that's all you need. An onion, right? Onion and butter. Onion and butter. I forgot, I don't know how to make this. This is actually Shanice's recipe. So I've chopped my onion and I'm gonna put that in this pot. It looks like a lot, but I just cut it really small. So, but it's only half an onion. My celery, we're gonna add that to our pot of onion. So I added a tablespoon of butter, just a tablespoon. And I'm gonna put this on and let it cook down for a little bit. This is finishing cooking down. I'm gonna add the chicken that I cut up into bite-sized pieces and let that cook. Make sure it's cooked too. Okay, so I'm gonna add another tablespoon of butter for fun. I'm gonna go ahead and add in a rice. I use like, I don't know, a cup of rice. And then I'm gonna take a cup and a half of water. Alright, just give that a little stir. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. Parsley. Give it a little razzle dazzle. We're gonna use this chicken bouillon, and if you want more you can always add more. Give it a little mix and let it come to a boil, and then cover it and let it simmer. And this is the finished product with some salt and pepper added. Chicken, rice, onion, and celery. It's really good. You should try it out. I just went and had coffee with a really good friend with her little girl, and it was such a good experience. I haven't been out to have a little coffee date with anyone in a really long time, so that was very fun. I'm currently just waiting to grab some lunch for me and Katie because Katie's at home. I don't know if I showed you before, but I got my nails done. They're the best. Also, I don't know if any of you have ever seen my ring before. Little wifey. And I dyed my hair, but it's very dark and I don't know if I like it. I know that it will wash out and it will lighten up a little bit, but it is very dark for me normally. It was the X Mondo 5N dark brown. I did get his other golden brown one before. I think it was like 5 something. I don't remember, but I had that one before, but it came out red. It was like bright red almost, which was not my vibe, not what I was going for. But I do like this stuff, and you do get a lot of it. It's just pretty dark, but I have still yet to wash it a couple times, so I'm hoping it will lighten up a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna go pick up our lunch and go home and see what we get up to. Okay, so I am currently in Winnie's room. Don't mind the mess. We were having a good time playing. I just gotta get everything put back in its place. Right now I'm gonna sort through all her washing. Believe it or not, when Winnie was first born and we brought her home, we washed like all her stuff, like all her socks and mittens and things like that. We didn't have one of these, which is like a little laundry sack. So we just threw everything in the washing machine and totally screwed our washing machine. Like a ton of her like little socks or mittens got stuck and it like burnt the motor out because it kept trying to drain, and we weren't paying attention. We were too busy dealing with her and doing other things, and it kept trying to cycle, and it eventually just messed the washing machine up. So now I have one of these to put anything little in, which I don't think any of this is, but I'm still gonna go through it just in case. Get everything washed and all that good stuff. I don't know if I'll even need this. I'm just gonna sort through it and make sure there's nothing small anywhere.
she's starting to get bigger now, so a lot of this I have a feeling we're gonna wash and have to just like put in storage for if we ever have another baby. This is cute. You know, she's not so new anymore, but my grandma got her that for Easter. This little Highland cow. Look at her cute towel. Also, there's a towel back there I gotta remember to get to put in there. A lot of Winnie's clothes is gender neutral because we didn't tell anybody that we were having a girl, so we just recently started buying her cute girly things. Like, look at this little romper with ladybugs. And oh my gosh, this is probably not gonna fit her for football season, but Shanice is a huge Georgia fan too now that she's lived here. But how freaking cute is this with the little pants too? Like, I'm just gonna have to put her in this now and take her pictures because I want a picture of her with this for like, you know, like a nice picture for the house because that's so cute, man. That's like my favorite thing she has. Yeah, I think most of this is good. It's just clothes I can just throw in the wash. So I'm gonna go put that in the wash and then I'm gonna straighten up in here a little bit. This is something I cannot stand is hangers all in the closet, like empty hangers. Oh, it drives me nuts. Winnie's obsessed with lights, so I got her this little toy. It lights up. This inside lights up. It's how we get her to do tummy time. Winnie is not a fan of tummy time.
I just got home and I need to take all my makeup off and get unready so that I can go and start helping Katie out with all the stuff we have to do in the house. Do you like Winnie's glasses? Katie says that it makes her think of Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Oh, and I also was going to tell you that I have started reading A Court of Thorns and Roses to the point that I said of it being so popular and everybody keeps reading it. I actually had a friend message me when she seen that I was going to start reading this, and she said herself that although she hasn't read it, all her friends have, and that she wanted to. So I've got probably halfway through it so far, and it's not my usual cup of tea. It's not what I usually would read. I don't think I've got to the good parts yet. I'm not sure, maybe I have and I just don't find it that interesting. I'm gonna keep at it because, like I said, I've got this one and then I have the next one, and I think a lot of people say that the next one is actually the really good one. I will keep you updated on what I think of it. I have to get unready now. I have to take all my makeup off so that I can help Katie do our chores. I went out for coffee with a friend, like I mentioned, and I think we're gonna start going out more often, even just to like the park or something, because she also has a little girl with her wife, and we both are, you know, stay-at-home mums. We both said how sometimes you just have to get out of the house. Her little girl, who is so stinking cute, she is a little older than Winnie, and she can go to the park. Well, we're all gonna go to the park, but her little girl was starting to get to the point where she can start running around and actually enjoy being at a park. So I think next time we're probably going to do that so that we can just get out. You know, it's good to talk to other people, actually have a conversation with someone who is not a dog, who is not a baby. Of course, I talk to Katie and she talks to her wife. Her name is Alyssa. Shout out to Alyssa. Alyssa, of course, talks to her wife as well and her other friends. But sometimes it's good to just like talk to new people and get out the house, and especially people who understand where you're coming from on certain things. So, you know, being a two-mum household and be living in this area, she understands a lot of it. I don't think anyone will ever fully understand me living here because I'm obviously not from here, but for the most part they understand. This is what I use, like I told you, at the clinic. Take the day off, it's fabulous and I love it. I haven't really been feeling myself recently. I've been feeling rather, I guess, down in the dumps, I guess you could say. Have been homesick a little bit, and it could just be because I haven't seen any of my family in quite a long time. Thankfully, my parents are planning on coming over again so they can meet Winnie and obviously see me and see Katie. Moving so far away by yourself is very, I don't want to say difficult, it's not difficult, but it is challenging at times, because you leave everything and everyone that you know behind, and it's a completely different life out here. I don't necessarily always understand why things are done certain ways, or why people maybe feel certain ways about things here, and it's purely because I was just raised differently. I know I've said it before, you wouldn't assume that there would be a lot of cultural differences between Scotland or the UK and here in America, but there most definitely is. And I was one of those people who thought there wasn't that many. I mean, we grow up watching American TV and American movies, and so you have this idea in your head of what it's like, and it's completely different from anything that I thought it was going to be like. Especially the area that I live. You know, we live in the south, we live in quite a rural, small town. I'm from a big city, so very different. My point to this is that I've been feeling kind of down, because although I'm very happy with my life, I have just had a baby, and I guess growing up I kind of pictured it to be a certain way, having a baby. I didn't know that I was going to move to another country. I didn't know that I was going to move away from my whole family. And so when I was growing up and I imagined having a baby and having a family, I kind of had it in my head how it was going to be, the relationships that were going to happen and things like that. So the fact that it's different, and the fact that I'm still postpartum, I think I've been struggling a little bit more with that just for right now. Also, on top of that, I have been struggling with just feeling good about myself. I haven't been feeling I just haven't been feeling good about myself, to be honest, in many ways. And I think that's why I was trying to take a little bit more time for myself. You know, dye my hair, and I went and got my nails done, which is great, and I'm very appreciative that I had the time to do those things. But I don't think that it's going to really solve the problem if I don't express it, you know? And I'm not very good at expressing how I feel sometimes. Even though I like to talk to people, I don't always necessarily talk about how I feel. That is why I reached out to my friend Alyssa so that we could actually, you know, go for coffee and like just kind of chat. And she understood quite a lot of the things I was saying, you know, being a new mum and how I was feeling and things like that. She understood for the most part. I think we need to do more of that. I need to talk. I need to tell you how I'm feeling. I need to also wash my face. I know there's going to be people who take what I'm saying and run with it and say, oh, she's not happy or she's depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm down. I'm down in the dumps. Not that there's anything wrong with being depressed. We've all been there. But I'm not. And I'm not happy. I'm very happy. I just think it's important that we are open and honest with how we feel. I think that there's a lot of things that I would do differently. And there's some things that I would do the exact same way. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I had quite a traumatic birth experience. And I know that the people who are close to me in my life are probably tired of hearing me talk about it. Apologies if it moved. Or by any giant. I'm just using ordinary niacinamide. I just like this stuff. I've used it for quite a while. Not that I know what it does. I just think it makes my skin feel better. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I had a really traumatic birth and I think that it's also caused me to be a little bit more anxious and just down in general. I think that it's important to have open conversations with people, especially people that I'm close to, just so that they don't think that, you know, I'm losing it. I'm a rather hormonal person in general, so I'm sure people would actually think that I am losing it. But alas, we move on. The whole moral of this conversation is basically find yourself a friend. Go out, have conversations, even if it's just what we done and went for a coffee. Just go out, meet people. It's very hard to make friends as an adult. I have realized, I've come to realize that it's very difficult to make friends when you're older, and I don't know why, because you would think that we get practice for it as children, but I don't know, I guess as we all get older we just find it a little bit more challenging to become friends. Whereas when you were a child you would walk up to someone and be like, you're my friend. Sure, no probs. Apparently it's not like that anymore as you get older. Clean this. I also got this Ex Mondo Fragrance Mist Fresh Start when I got my hair dye, because obviously it's Brad Mondo's hair dye and I wanted to try it out. And now that I live in America I can get a lot more things. I got his 2 different brown hair dyes. This one's the 5G and it's like a golden brown. It turned my hair more red. And I'm sure that's just a me problem, I'm sure it's my fault. I also haven't used this. It's the Boost X Thickening Mask, because I feel like since having Winnie, I am starting now, like she's 4 months old almost, I'm starting to lose some hair. I am shedding so bad. All of my hair is falling out. This was before dyeing it, before anyone's like, it's because you're dyeing it. It was before this, but I got this to try and stop it from falling out, I guess. I don't know, I just don't want, I've always had, you know, thicker hair and I want to keep it that way. And one thing I've noticed about his stuff is it smells so good. When I dyed my hair the other night, I came out to the living room and Katie was like, you smell good. And I was like, thanks. Is it me or is it the hair dye? It wasn't the hair dye. It was actually this stuff, the fragrance mist. I like it, it smells really good. And you can use it on your body and your hair. Winner. I'm done now. I guess I'm gonna go and see what my little kiddie Winkle is getting herself into.